Slide across to the off-season. It bleeds from your teeth, the story that grants you passage, guilt-rented and sour. And then it's the options we know. Let's do that, I guess. You tell a passerby a story they'd not expected, something raw, profoundly and audaciously private. They gasp and the air jumps. It rises into a door like a wicker tunnel strung with fairy lights. You dash through and the air feels membranous, stinks of burning wire. It is a wall of mucus 2 feet thick, and it cools your eyes in oil-slick rainbows. Okay. Waterbury Yuxtamare has become a corpse. The run-down bones of its forgotten attractions swarm with bedraggled men and women, all armed with cleaning equipment. This is where the workers of Waterbury live and labor to create the gaudy frontage seen by tourists. The beach is now a decaying mess, visited only by cultists who attend the chapel there. To linger here, you'll need to work, but labor is poorly paid. Take other workers' job too often and they'll firmly encourage you to depart. Go for a walk, assist with the shoveling, feed the lanes. Go back to the tourist part. That's weird. We would have to pay for that. Pay a ministry permit. Okay, well, let's go for a walk, I guess. You can scarcely see the beach in the off-season, so dense are the mists. Beneath your feet, something crunches and cracks. Waterbury Yuxtamare is shattered beams and broken stone, and the beach is a stretch of filth, clotted in stinking clumps. Even here, there is work to be done. You could assist. Why? Go visit the cult. The bedraggled parson issued you an invitation. No reason to be rude. The chapel lies on the beach, at the edge of the mist. It is wefted tendons and yellowing bone, the pew's muscle cured in salt. It's amazing how spacious this place is, given the exterior. From the outside, it looks like just another corpse washed onto the shore. We could talk with him, agree to a request. Let's first talk. Finally, a gush in the crowd, you go up to speak with the parson. His voice is water, warm, hypnotic. They were kind to you, the bedraggled parson says, abruptly and without vitriol. Only a pale wonder, eyes fever warm under the wilds of his hair. It is all he extends. Was he talking about the officials from the Bureau of Entertainments or someone else? So when they were saying having a word, I expected it to be several words. Okay. Agree to a request. Recruit for the cult. We could conspire with them. Sure. Let's see what's in us. What's for us in it. They are so lonely, all of them, empty but the grief in their ribs. If only they'd come here. Find them, he burbles. Find them. Find the lonely, the broken-hearted, the barely breathing, the ones who think this port could ever save them. Find them. Tell them about they who must grieve. Who the hell is that? I understand that's the, I guess, divinity they believe in, but about us, about how love can turn in the heart like a key. Yeah, right. And open the soul to the universe. Speak to them of change. Tell them. The words seep from the bedraggled parson, tie themselves into gibberish, nonsense sounds like a spill of cold water on glass. For minutes he is inchoate. Then, you need clothes. The cultists cram you into second-hand finery, shabby but serviceable. Now you are suitably attired. They bundle you across the off-season and through a door to Waterbury. The membrane blocking it shivers and twitches, reluctantly allowing you to pass through. Time tingles on your skin for several minutes after your arrival. Okay, so there is tourist side and off-season, which is another side, the one where the workers are. There is a membrane separating both. The membrane keeps anything unseemly from the eyes of the tourists, and in the off-season, I guess, and then the workers deal with it. We could gather new members for the cult, except it's a hard challenge. No? There are two options. Gather new members with gossip and sky stories. Grief weighs from their lashes. These poor souls will be persuaded if only you can make them listen. You'll need to start with enthralling tales, then drop to the personal. 2 gossip and 2 sky stories. I can certainly afford that, but I could just betray them. If you become too popular with the cult, the ministry will not trust you and will not let you join in. Will not let you in. I guess doing that once probably won't trigger that. It won't make us too popular. Just slightly. Sure, let's do that. Gather new members. We only do that once. A man, a woman, teenagers lanky as hounds, a couple too old for the weight of their years. They listen to the sutras and scriptures of transformation you repeat, their entire bodies powered into the act. Something in the words sing to them. Something in the words sing to them. Should it not be something sings? And one by one they say yes, yes, and yes again, discreet in their reverence. You give them directions to the cult's headquarters and pats on the shoulders. They receive your attention with the gratitude of children. Huh. Then we could go back there. It would cost us a secret. But I guess our clothes would be messed up, because last time it was saying we needed a permit to come back. So perhaps let's first do what we can do here. We could betray the cult here. I think we definitely belong with the other side, because the cult is all about motivating people, convincing them. That's not what we do. We're all about deceiving. That's our credo. Okay, anyway. Then let's do that option, because our clothes are in a good state. Wander onwards, nothing catches your eye. This will reduce your attire for Waterbury Yuxtamare, but may open new opportunities. Sure. Waterbury Yuxtamare is precisely like every other weekend destination. We've read that a bunch of times. Hey, that's exactly the same option as before. What? There was something about the beach. Was it just the cultists assembling there? I think it is. I don't know. I don't really want to waste another secret. Well, I guess let's do that. So we slide there again. Oh, so we need to do that again. To visit the cult? Sure. Report the results of your recruitment mission. The bedraggled person will likely wish to be notified of your success. Thank you, says the bedraggled person, tone milk mild. He gestures, an inflection of the hand that draws the eye to a swathe of new faces, each tendril haired, paraffin pale and without expression. Then one laughs jerkily, fingers picking at their chewed down hems, and it becomes clear who they are. Fingers picking at their chewed down hems. I don't know what a hem is. Hem. A sewing. He who must grieve is soothed by their presence, as they are by their contact with the numinous. A susurrant echo, the parish of is repeating his every word. Huh? I'm not following. Agree to visit the avid horizon. Not enough, not enough. They need more, we need more. I've heard of the avid horizon before, I don't remember what it was. He unrolls sheets of vellum, their surfaces vernix slick and intaglioed with elegant, if mildly tentacular, handwriting. My poor, poor children, they are unhappy. They listen, but they do not understand. I read, and yet I do not understand. They cannot understand. They are deafened by their own grief, broken, bent to the noise of their own hearts. I cannot reach them. The bedraggled parson shakes his head as he offers you the stack of paper. Take these to the avid horizon. Find the displeased. They might assist my flock. Find these guides, these psychopomps of petty suffering. Give them these and ask them to come here. Actually, was it the tavern in Port Prosper? In Port Haven? I think it is. Is it the same? His voice is water warm, hypnotic. Yes, we've read that. Back to the beach. Go visit the cult. We've already done that. Divest the donkeys of their eggs. Jesus. I don't know that I want to do that. The donkeys here aren't enthroned in pieces, but they require attention nonetheless. Where are we? Are we not at the off-season? Okay, let's try that then. That's a failure. The donkeys, due to an error in their genetics, will lay eggs without cessation. Unfortunately, they will not detach from the donkeys' underbellies, and it is the task of those working the off-season to remove them. You work for hours flensing eggs from the growling, sulphur-eyed quadrupeds. At some point, your hand slips. Your blade digs down. You pierce a handful of jellied eggs, and their denizens dribble across your body, curls of milk-pale flesh and staring, sightless eyes. The smell is eye-watering. We gain 2 tales of terror for 5 terror. Well, okay, let's go back to the off-season. Let's feed the lanes, I guess. Feed the kitchens of the lanes. How else do you expect them to satisfy customers? The act of feeding the lanes is actually quite menial. Once you become accustomed to the mucus-slick ducts, the way they tendril across your hands in pursuit of victuals, it really becomes quite boring. In one end, out presumably the other. We could do that again. I don't know why. We are getting terror. We're getting tales of terror, I guess. Let's just go away. That's enough. Do we want to go back in again? Do we have a quest? Right. Driver, where are we? They need to return home to New Winchester. Okay, I think we had written that down. Conspiring with the cult. Take leaflets to the to the sea near Avid Horizon. You will not be embraced by the displeased for any to accept the cult's word. You will need to be embraced by the displeased for any to accept the cult's word. Okay, I don't know where that is. So, Avid Horizon. Stare to the sea. Do we want to go back in and try to conspire with the authorities against the cult? I don't know. I do like deceiving, but I also like weird options. So cults that do weird things are interesting to me. Perhaps we will discover more by doing that quest, so perhaps we will wait for that before we betray them. There was this, right. I kind of want to benefit from this bargain. Do we have a lot of crockery? I don't remember. I know we don't have much literature. And I know we need literature. Okay, so I guess let's just buy literature, go back to London, and then we'll go back to exploring. 600. We are not going to make that money back immediately. But then we do have a nice buffer. Perhaps we save our money for bargains, right? Because literature here is always available and it's quite close to there. We'd need 3 permits. No. It's 2 different orders. There's one for 3 permits at the Clockwork Sun and one for 5 literature at the Clockwork Sun as well. Right, perhaps we'll find that at a bargain. Let's not do that. Or then do we just keep exploring? Because we've not managed to recruit any crew, but not that much time has passed since we left, so I don't think we're going to be able to recruit again in London. Right. Just buy fuel and supplies and get exploring again. Okay, well that's a weird but interesting place. Something beginning with an M. Could be Mare, could be the W that she's reading wrong. What other places can we find? The Royal Society. I would expect it to be close to London. Perdurance, right. We've still not found Perdurance. Scout away. Something there. Well. Road. Jesus. Ah, come on. It's not dead. Shoot. Okay, then we took one to the face, that's fine. Let us loot the hold. We got supplies. Hey, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so let's check that. Something to mine. Worthless to us, sadly. What has it found? Well, that's a good question. Nothing apparently. What? Aha, a station. This will get to tear it down. There's something grave just here. Even the rat brigade shivers at the sudden cold. They steal extra bedding for their nests. This isn't a saying thing, we don't have a saying. The Home Bureau.